Welcome back to the Pen and Podcast. I am your host, Pen and Pant, and always joining me is the co-host. Well, I should introduce myself as the co-host. I slip that every time, but always
And
with me, the co-host, Eddie. Eddie boy, how we doing today?
hello. I'm pretty good. Um, I didn't do anything today. I didn't go to school. I just fucking bummed it.
Bummed it, yeah.
Had the whole day. What about you?
Um, Today went to work. I did I did a 4 hour first shift and a 4 hour like next shifts. And so in right after the morning shift, I went to the gym and
Nice.
did the push day today. So that was
Okay.
good. And I switched to 30-second, like I was telling Eddie, 30-second rest periods. And so that caused me
Mm,
to like drop some weight and a little bit of some exercises because I'm not resting for that
yeah.
long, so I'm not recuperating that
hmm
strength.
Yeah. Yeah. The if you I heard there's a famous quote by I think it's Jason Statham. He's in action movies. He's a ball guy.
Yeah, the ball guy.
Um, he once I read something from an article or something. He said once that you can get done in like 2 hours of bullshit. You can get the same amount of done in 45 minutes of like really hard training. Which some of that's true, some of that's not. But like yeah, doing less rest period is like really intense. Like it can fuck with you. Like when I first started going to the gym, I would only do 30 seconds, and wow, that was quite challenging. So
Yeah, dude, it's
yeah.
challenging. I'm like getting like 5 reps sometimes, and I'm just like, "Ugh." I'm doing the shoulder press today. I was just like, "Ugh, ugh."
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Shoulder stuff is humbling. Moving things far away from your body is challenging.
Oh yeah. And just as a preface for the audio and the video listeners, I'm solving something with my internet, so the audio will be choppy, cutting in and out at times. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out a solution. I gotta call like the cyberpower people or Asus because like there's a Wi-Fi integration with the motherboard, and so that is having to do something with my very bad Wi-Fi connection right now, and so I apologize. So, but on keep keep talking what we were saying. Let me see. So yeah, I did a push day today, and I ended on the tricep extension with the cables.
Yes. hmm
And I think, do you remember what weight I was at last time when we were doing that when you were here? I was at
I don't
like
know. 10.
I think 10, but like it's like I was able to get up to like 15, but then I moved to
Nice.
30 seconds. I was like, oh fuck, I
Yeah.
got to 12.5.
Yeah, dude. Because all that, yeah, your body's,
Yeah.
it doesn't want
You know
to.
what? You know what got me, dude?
Right.
Like the fucking chest press, like the machine. Because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I probably should be doing just like a bench press, honestly.
Even
But
though you both are equally good. Don't let people say that otherwise.
I was doing the 30 seconds of those, dude, was hard. I was doing 80 pounds. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
feel it in the chest. And that's what I like. It's like when I can feel it in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I like towards the end of I was doing chest flies, and I feel like I was doing it too a little bit like low down here. So I was like here. I think
Okay.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
gotta work on that one. The
You
chest
want it like
flies.
in between collarbone and nipple. So like here.
So like here or more
Yeah.
centered up
A little
here.
bit more centered. Centered.
Centered. Okay, that's what I was
Like
trying to
there. Yeah.
do. It's like I changed like different seat heights because like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'll find what works
yeah, I
eventually.
know.
It's okay.
I don't think I was keeping my back straight either because like I was like this shoulder was like for some reason like oh it's so weird. I only got the 7 reps on the second one. I was like I'm doing something wrong.
Okay. In the beginning, it's hard. So
Yeah,
yeah. Um, have you done anything? Well, I haven't talked to you in like 2 weeks because I wasn't
it's
on the
true.
last episode.
Yeah,
What's been
Ishan was
going
on.
going down?
Um, yeah, I think it was last week. was like Wednesday or something. Ishan texted me. He was like, "You getting the Hogwarts game?" And I was like, I don't know. I was gonna wait and see, maybe play it on the sale. And he's like, "You would end your lame."
I'm
So
bad. Oh man, I can't buy that shit right now.
oh, so Eddie didn't want to buy it. He's like, yeah. And so I was like, he's like negotiating with me. He's like, all right, you can pay 25. I'm like, damn, you're really excited for this game. I'll pay
Really want?
35. I'll pay
Yeah.
35. And like, I started playing it last night. I only got an hour. I'm only like, I just got like Hogwarts. You do this like whole beginning like tutorial thing. It looks really good, like visually. I just gotta
Hmm.
see how else the other parts are. Like, I like how right now, like you do like a basic like just wand attack. Your character does like some really interesting like styles. It's like going behind the back sometimes. Like
That's cool. Huh.
I don't know. I was like, okay, that's
All
pretty
right.
cool. That's pretty cool. And so far, it's like the combat's. It's starting out, so I'm gonna take that back. Cannot say anything on the combat. I just started playing. I literally have a one attack spell. The other two I have are a light spell and a reveal spell, Revealio. That was it.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So been playing that. I played a little bit of Persona. Like I was playing Persona 5 yesterday, Persona 5 Royal, and then I was like, shit, I kind of want to play Hogwarts. And I was talking to my girlfriend, and I have this feeling that like I need to play Persona 5 because like it's a long game and I want to beat it eventually. But I was like, that's not who I am. I don't want to commit myself to be playing just one game because I want to get my money's worth. Like I want to like, stick to this game. But then I have the other part of me who's like, you got to get to your games, dude. Like you just keep doing this.
Yeah. There's a battle.
It's a battle. It's like oh, and I sold my PS2. I sold my PS3. So I don't have those
Damn.
anymore.
Crazy. How much did you
Um,
get?
not a good amount.
Not very much.
But
Okay.
it was to the one up games, guys. So I don't care. It goes to
That's
somebody that I like.
yeah. It's better
Those guys
than
are cool.
GameStop. We'll give you about 58 cents for that.
Worse than GameStop is Zero Records, dude. They'll give me shit for that. And with the stuff I tried selling with them before, definitely am not taking any offers that like are lowballing me. Cause I know a lowball offer.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
for sure. Yeah.
See.
Damn.
What
Well,
else? Yeah. Got
probably
rid of all
keep
that
that.
stuff. Dude, the fucking PS3, it took 9 hours to like format itself back to like factory settings.
Jesus.
I know.
9 hours.
Old machine, dude. And
God.
I was hesitating back and forth with selling it or not because like I could emulate some stuff, it could be a good emulator. It's good PS3 games. But I was like, realistically, Zach, is this gonna happen? I'm like,
Is it really?
it's really gonna happen. It's a lot. It's. I just think I don't have the space to do that stuff. And if I'm not making content with the games that are easier to like record with and do like content with, I won't be doing it for that. Like I did like those two Silent Hill videos. Shout out to the 30 people that watched both of those. I did like two Silent Hill Let's Plays. They're all right. And those weren't bad. I was like, I did those in like 2 days straight. I was like, shit, one after the other. But no, like the setup it took to get a PS3, I had to buy like a. Here's here's what I use for recording like anything from the Wii U, Wii U and up. I want to say,
Okay.
and so I had to buy another one for below that, like PS2, PS3, stuff like that.
Jeez.
It was just a bunch of wires, to be honest. And now I have
Yeah,
this new setup, like everything looks very clean, and I kind of
that's
want to
good.
keep that.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm a clean desk advocate for sure.
Yes. What else have I been playing? Octopath Traveler game's lit. I just unlocked the job class system. So you meet 8 characters, and these 8 characters have their own classes. You know, like a merchant, a thief, a scholar, a warrior, right? But you get to these shrines, and you can have a second job class, which means that job class's skill set. Like if so, right now I have my merchant as a thief secondary. So like they can learn thief skills and do thief stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's like the I'm trying to remember. Kind of like the Borderlands 3 classes where you can like have two trees, like with the two supers.
Yeah, yeah, two supers, sort of like that. Yeah, it's like it goes back to like how like Japanese role playing games were with like old like Final Fantasy. Like I think four first started the job class system or something like that. But like I find that really cool. And there's like another secret subset of like secondary classes you can get. It's like that's really cool.
It's like
And
a class and a subclass. Yeah. I
subclass,
play games like
and then
that.
there's like a master class. So
Okay.
like that sounds dope. I was like, that's lit. The game's kind of hard. There's no difficulty setting, so like you're playing on whatever they like whatever the difficulty is set on. So like it follows like JRPG like more old school JRPG like difficulty tropes, or how like you need to grind. So like you want to get past this guy, grind. I'm
Yeah.
okay to do that sometimes, but like it has this combat system where like if you hit the enemy and it's like weak areas, like the guy could be weak to fire, a sword, a spear, and like a
Hmm.
dagger, right? And so I try to get my party to be like spread out so I can attack him to get that weaknesses down. But like he has a shield of like 9, right? And if I hit him 2 times with a sword, it goes down to 7. And if it hits down to 0, it initiates a break where like he like gets like knocked out, right? You know, like this character like falls to their knees and they're like, oh, right? And so the guy's taken out for like 2 turns, depending on how you work it.
Okay.
And so that's how you have
Sure.
to like cheese some of the bosses. You just constantly keep breaking them.
Dude, listen,
Hmm.
great posture break, like Sekiro.
Yeah, like you gotta like break their like defenses to say.
Yeah.
And so that's actually been really fun. And Octopath Traveler 2 seems really tempting to buy because Best Buy has a sick ass like white steelbook that
Yeah.
I want. But I'm still playing the first game. But do
Yeah.
I'm a steelbook fiend.
You are a connoisseur of steelbooks. That's true.
I have a lot. Let's see. Do you remember what the first steelbook you got was?
Um, it was the Black Ops 2 Hardened Edition in the big fucker, the big
Yes, the
ass
big ass tin, dude.
lighty thing. Here, I'll go get it. It's in the next room.
Fuck yeah,
I
get
can
it.
show my Black Ops 2
Show
clout.
your collection. And so I think I want to say my first steelbook. God, I'm pretty sure it was Assassin's Creed Origins. It came out in 2017. I remember the exact moment. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'll continue later. Look at that bad boy. Dude, unboxing. This is 2013
Here's the
again or
steelbook.
12. Look at
This is
that.
2000, the back.
Ooh,
Sick. Yep.
sick.
I don't know where the disc is, but it's somewhere. And
That's
then
so cool,
also
dude.
bonus. Oh, they came out of place, but there's these 2 coins.
Oh, there you got. Are those never been opened?
These are never been opened.
I wonder how much those go for. Like $20 each.
Here, let me. Oh,
Don't open it though. Keep it sealed.
I'm not opening it. I'm trying to get it to stay. There you go.
Oh yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, this is cool, man. It was $80 in 2011 or 2012, whatever that
Hell
was.
yeah. I was telling them my first steelbook was Assassin's Creed Origins. I remember being so excited for that because like it just looked cool at the time. And I remember where I was when I like ordered the steelbook edition. I was Remember when I did that CU Denver thing?
No, maybe.
I drove to CU Denver to take the class there.
Oh, the clap. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
that I failed, so waste of time.
that.
But like it was like before that started, I was sitting like in like a preliminary like meeting like orientation or something. And I was sitting next to my mom and she was like, "Oh, what are you buying?" I was like, "I'm buying this $100 game." Because I feel that's when I had money. That's when I got that like job with Brandon at the school.
uh, at the rec. Yep.
No, no, not the rec, the elementary school.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was
Yeah,
the last
the one
job
I
you
got
had.
paid
Yeah.
monthly at, which sucked.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, that was weird.
Dude. So yeah, that's when I had money. So I was like, yo, I love Assassin's Creed. I'm
Yeah.
spending right now.
That's
What?
funny.
So my last steelbook that I got was like Fire Emblem Engage. Just now, like,
Hmm.
what was the last steelbook you got?
Uh, I think Infinite Fair, 2017.
Infinite Warfare. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
That was it. Trying to think of another one. Oh no, Series X game. Yeah, I think so. That one. Yeah.
yeah. Starfield comes out with a steelbook edition, but but you have like Game Pass, so you getting that?
Buy it.
Nah, you got the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
yeah. And so that's been playing Octopath. Dude, a Nintendo Switch Direct came out. They added GBA games to the Switch Online.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yes, so it opens up potential for those Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Because they're
I was
adding,
just gonna ask you
yeah,
about like Red and Blue.
yeah, they're adding Pokemon Stadium to like the Nintendo 64 package.
Okay.
And so the whole point of adding of like Pokemon Stadium was that like you could transfer your handheld Pokemon from the games from the Game Boy and play them on the N64. That was the whole selling
Yeah.
point. So
Mhm.
they bring that back. Shit, that could be pretty good.
That'd be cool.
They brought back
Yeah.
Game Boy Color, Game Boy like Pocket, whatever, and that Game Boy Advance.
Mhm.
And so
Nice.
the starting lineup for like Game Boy Advance was like Mario and Luigi's Inside Story, or like whatever that
Okay.
is. Super Mario Advance 4, which was Super Mario 3, plus like 38 more levels because they had like
Oh,
yeah, they had like
that's a lot.
e-reader cards and like it was like 2000s like promotion stuff. And so like 38 more levels to that. That's crazy.
Damn. That is a lot.
Some like weird like puzzle game where like you have like this stick and it like constantly rotates. You have to fit it through things. It seems pretty cool.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
Um, what's the other ones? I can't remember. But they're going to add like Fire Emblem on there. They're going to add Golden Sun, sick RPGs, Metroid Fusion, F-Zero, like lit. The Nintendo Switch Online is hidden. But like, what else
Really good.
came from that direct? They dropped Metroid Prime Remastered, like Shadow dropped it.
Okay. Oh, they didn't even say anything. It just
No,
came.
they're like, dude, check out this remaster. You could play it today.
Damn. Well,
If
that
you,
was like, oh, they did something like that at the Fallout. I think when they did Fallout 4, they
yeah,
were like,
Fallout
oh, the
Shelter.
game. Yeah, they're like, this now. I was like, wow.
Yeah, oh my god, I'm gonna download this right now.
Bro, that game was fun. I played that in high school. It
Yeah.
was cool. Yeah.
And then what else? They showed like Zelda stuff. I just can't get over the weapon breaking thing, so I'm not even gonna like go into any further detail about that. Stupid.
Dark Souls 2 vibes. Fucking item durability horrible.
Yeah. And then it's like they remastered that GameCube game. They're doing a set of this like Japanese role playing game called like Baten Kaitos. It's like
Okay.
two GameCube games remastered. Hyped for that. What else? Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Finally, it's been delayed a year. So that's gonna be coming in April. Hyped for that. And so this direct was like a bunch of like remasters.
Yeah,
Zelda,
it's like
GBA.
a conference from like 30 years ago.
Yeah, dude. But it's pretty exciting. They have some cool other stuff there too for those people that like it. But the Japanese they dropped a trailer for the Baten Kaitos, and I like how the Japanese guy says the names. He's like Baten Kaitos. I was like, I couldn't get that out of my head for a couple of days. I was like, I love the
Oh
way
yeah,
how he says that. Button Kaitos 1 and 2 HD remaster. I was like, oh, sick. That sounds so cool.
that's funny.
That is what's been the hip hop. I can't think of anything else. I have not turned on my
Nice
Xbox still. I bought
for so long.
yeah, I bought 15-foot HDMI cords so I can like if I want to power it on over there, I can like run a cable.
Oh, okay.
But
And that wouldn't be so bad
that wouldn't be so
because you
bad.
only have that little strip, yeah, where you
Yeah.
would see it.
And the only issue is that like it's a pain to do it with one monitor, but I mean it's manageable. Excuse me, hold on. Oh my god. Jeez. And so like I would want a second monitor. Guess how this works is that like so weird. It's like one from the Xbox to this thing, and then from this thing
Okay,
to the monitor.
okay.
So I would be so like I would technically would need a second one, or I would just switch HDMI sources to play the Xbox on here. But then like if I wanted to like switch a setting onto like the OBS recording, I would have to switch like
Oh,
actual HDMI. So like it'd be better to have like a second source. I have
yeah.
a laptop, but it's
Mhm.
it's weird because I can't I can use that as another monitor for the PC,
But
but
not for the Xbox.
no, I can.
Oh,
So
okay.
like if I it's also weird too. I was it'd be way simpler with another monitor. That's like $200.
Yeah, they are expensive. Unfortunate.
Yeah, so then I just have to like take a leap of faith to me just like recording my face playing, hope nothing goes wrong. 'Cause that would
Yeah,
suck.
because you're in the dark the
Yeah.
whole time. You have no idea.
Or I somehow just record I have like two separate recordings of my video and like the actual game, which I don't know how to do.
Mm,
But that's
lots of challenges.
yes, lots of challenges, lots of talking, but they don't even know what we're talking about today. Well, if they're keeping up, they would. But we are talking about the art in video games, the ending saga, part 3. This will be the
Ooh,
last time we talk about it, maybe in this arc in sense. But I
yeah,
mean, we could go into more discussions later. Obviously, we there's probably a bunch of things we could talk about with Skyrim alone, but like that's a
yeah,
whole episode.
true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, but before we start that, actually, like I was interacting with a guy on Twitter, Grounded Gaming, and like I was just responding to like, some of his tweets. It's like, oh yeah, and he was like, yeah, I listen to your podcast from time to time.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh, that's the first person I heard without that's not like that I know personally that listens to
Yeah,
it.
right.
So like shout
Oh,
out Grounded
yeah.
Gaming if he's listening to this.
Ground
He or
game, the
she or they or
boy.
them, whoever Grounded Gaming is. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now we can get on with the podcast. Eddie, what are we doing today?
All right. Well, we're not talking about very many because we covered basically every game that I liked last time also. But there's a few more. So we're gonna roll in to it. Um so first game is well, two games actually. BioShock 1 and 2.
Ooh,
And
okay.
I think we might have written it in the set for last time, but we didn't really go into it that deep. Um, I'm trying to remember, but
I
I
want to
don't
say
know.
yes.
Yeah, but I tried to go. Ooh, sorry, I got the chills. I tried to go a little bit deeper. Um, so as you guys know, we talked about Art Deco a little bit last time, but yeah, BioShock 1 and 2 are like that's like the main vibe. And I wanted to, because we don't have very many games, I wanted to extend it a little bit this time into like a little bit about the not just the artistic context, but the cultural context. Um, so like we'll just start with the artistic context here. So let's move this a little bit. Okay, then we'll look up BioShock 1/2. Sure.
Did you see
So,
the guy who made those games, Ken Levine, is actually making another game that's like looks very similar. It's called Judas. So
oh really?
yeah,
I
look
think
that up.
I heard. Yeah, we can look at.
Man, I am apologize to the listeners. Like you can't hear it on your end, but like at some points you're just like robot, and I can like barely understand any words you're saying. But like it's nothing to your fault. Like I know it's me, so I'm sorry.
The new game. Here we
Judas.
go.
Yup.
Um, yeah, we got a trailer. Don't want to get copyrighted, so we're not going to play it.
Ah. It's not gonna come out for like 2 more years.
um,
I don't know why he showed it.
Game Awards 2022. Huh. Awesome. That's exciting. Okay.
Right?
So let's look at this. Open image. Okay. So this is Rapture, which is the city that BioShock 1 and 2 take place in. So it's underwater, first of all, which is really cool. But in terms of the building design, it's literally taken straight out of early 20th century Chicago, New York City Art Deco architecture style. So you get a lot of kind of these cubic looking designs with all
Mm-hmm.
the buildings. Cubism was another popular art movement at the time. Um, so like some of Picasso is cubist and like just stuff that was like highly angular and that kind of went into the art as well. So you're looking at these buildings, lots of like intimidating, very narrow spires, not a lot of like ornamental stuff like we saw with the Gothic, but still very like profound and there's like a lot of kind of grandeur to the buildings, but they're a little bit more simple. So like everything's kind of cubic and these windows, like everything is mostly uniform in design. But we
Mm-hmm.
kind of compare it to, so this is the Chrysler Building in New York City. Um, so see these big sharp spires, lots of cubic detail, not super, super ornamental, but a little bit. And then we look
Mm-hmm.
straight over to this building. It's like a one for one. So yeah, definitely big on that one. Okay,
Does
let's look.
does that sort of cubic architecture follow like any like ratio? Because I know about there was actually a
Oh yeah.
question. There was a question when I was playing Persona 5 Royal about like the golden and silver ratio.
Yeah. I've never heard of the silver ratio, but I'll tell you about the golden ratio.
I heard
So the
this.
golden ratio is um it was kind of what would you call it? Like it was like sanctified in the classical period, so like Greece, as like being the perfect thing that all things should
Yeah, it's like the most like
imitate.
symmetrical
Yeah,
like thing you could follow to like make art or like a
yeah,
structure architecture.
yeah. So it's kind of like a 2 to 3. Like it's really close.
It's a 2 to 3.
But like there's a lot of mathematical shit that goes behind it that I can't explain. Um, But basically, yeah. So you see this sequence of blocks here.
Sequence
So
of
this
blocks. Yeah.
square is about a third of this square
Yeah,
if you
about a
look at it
third.
like that. Yeah. So it's not exactly a third, but if we look at golden ratio in architecture, um, but basically in the classical period, so Greece and Rome, a lot of buildings were modeled to have this golden ratio. So like these old, like this is the Parthenon here. We can kind of go into this. Long open new tab. Okay. So yeah, they tried to model this quite often, basically just to like try to make the building look as uniform as possible. Um, a lot of them thought it had some sort of divine um, capabilities or like divine reflection. So it was like the most godlike architecture could possibly be. I think a lot of this kind of left the art world after the classical period. Um, Came back in the Roman period and also the neoclassical period.
The Roman
But
period
like
and what?
Roman art, the Roman and the neoclassical. So
Roman and
neoclassical was
neoclassical.
like, yeah, that was like 18th century. So like we're gonna talk about that a little bit later actually, but yeah, so neoclassical is like basically a rebirth of this classical style.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so this was prevalent in ancient Greece, other classical period stuff, Roman stuff, and then like neoclassical style. So, but yeah, that's what the gold ratio is.
And
And it shows up.
the silver ratio I learned was having to do with Japanese structures and how like it sort of models it after that, but it's more cube shaped because you know how those things. It's the silver ratio.
The ratio of the length of the first roof and the last roof is a silver ratio. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of this before, but I
Neither have
get what they're
I.
talking about for
Yeah.
sure. Huh. Seville silver ratio. Okay, let's get this a little. Um, yeah, so a lot of these are I used to know the term for it, but these sort of traditional Japanese structures that you see in movies and you know all the time. It's like quintessential. This is what Japan looks like, kind of style.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has something to do with the measurements of this roof up here being equal to the lower roof, or being a certain fraction of it. Um, but yeah, I get that for sure. I see that. I think that definitely it gives the building a sort of um, tranquility, I guess you could say. It makes everything look nice and uniform. It also makes everything at the shop look, or at the top look a little bit sharper and more detailed just because it gets smaller. Um, but yeah, so definitely something that's not as prevalent nowadays. But I think, yeah, silver for traditionalist Japanese architecture and then golden for like classical or things that. Uh, then, so we'll move on. So this is a statue at the Rockefeller Center. This is also in New York.
Uh huh.
So we're gonna actually look to the right of this rapture photo. You see this guy right here on the corner?
Barely. Yeah. I see him.
Okay. Let's find a better one because I'm sure I can. But a big trend in Art Deco, uh, Photoshop statues. No, that's not gonna get us where we want. Hold on. Bioshock, Rapture. If you guys want a Big Daddy figurine, then there you go. Okay, let's find some with a statue. Dun-dun-dun. Okay, here we go. This is an iconic photo. This is from the very beginning of the game. Show me the picture
Show me the
again.
picture that's like advertised.
Oh,
Oh my
god
god,
damn it.
it's not there.
It's not even there. All right, hold on. Let's open the image. Okay. Yeah. So this is I
Oh,
can't remember the guy's name. Do you remember? The guy that founded the city.
yeah, that guy. I cannot tell
Yeah.
you.
It's the guy. I don't know. He founded the underwater city. But yeah, so another characteristic of the Art Deco style, especially in statue or sculpture, you would call it, lots of gold, mostly realistic style. So like you see this here, it kind of looks like a guy. You know,
It
it doesn't
does,
look
yeah.
any like it doesn't look highly embellished or anything. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of golden statues, a lot of concrete statues as well that kind of emulate the style. So it's like realistic, but it's not like super realistic. Um, so yeah, common trend in that. Definitely seen here in BioShock also. Um, let's see what else we got.
All right,
Um,
it's
okay,
lit.
so here is the next example I was going to talk about. So a big theme in BioShock is let me open this first so we have something to look at. Okay. So this is where I said I kind of want to tie in the cultural elements alongside the art.
Yeah.
Uh, so this piece here, this is a mural in the Art Deco style. So a big part of the culture during this period. So this is in the 20s and the 30s. So some of the 1910s as well, but mostly 10s, 20s, 30s. There was a lot of exceptionalism,
Say that
and
again.
also a lot of
Sorry. A lot of
what?
what?
Say again.
A lot of what?
American exceptionalism.
American exception. Sorry. Yeah. I'll have to like interrupt you because like when that happens, I the audience and I won't know like what you said because like you'll like skip a couple seconds because my connection is so bad.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so American exceptionalism, that's a big theme in BioShock. So some of that along goes with the glorification of like capitalism and capitalistic practices. So during this time period, especially in the Roaring Twenties, a lot of people were getting super rich off the backs of people that weren't getting paid enough. These are the people in this photo.
Yeah.
Lots of taking advantage of factory workers, industrialization of the farm industry, canneries, and all that kind of stuff. So um, basically a lot of that is reflected in the actual art world. So like a lot of big murals that you see in like New York City in some of the older buildings, they kind of glorify the working man, the working class, and it was kind of used as a propaganda tactic to make the workers feel like they were contributing to this grand idea of a great America and that they were pushing forward as the the members of society and they have the power and blah blah blah, even though they were being greatly taken advantage of by people like Rockefeller and the oil barons and the steel barons that had monopolies all over the country. So um, definitely you see this all over the place. This is like you notice these men are portrayed, they have very big arms, they're supposed to look strong, capable. It's meant to make the working man relate to them and feel strong and capable, and
Mm-hmm.
that just kind of allows further to be them to further be taken advantage of the people that own them, essentially. So there's a little bit of a cultural extension to the art. But here's another example that I wanted to talk about. So this is also in the Rockefeller Center in New York. So this is a
Uh-huh.
ceiling mural. But kind of what I wanted to highlight with this is so once again, you have this very muscular, strong looking man holding up this stone beam with these bells on it. And
Oh my
once
God.
again, it's kind of a it was meant to give the working man something to relate to feel powerful, to feel strong, basically glorifying them as a working member of society,
Yeah.
instead of being more aware of exactly what was happening. Because all while everyone was making their money and the Roaring Twenties and the economy was exploding, everything was backed on credit, and the stock market was inevitably going to crash and create the Great Depression. So, while this hyper glorification of the working class was going on, there was a deep, dark secret looming on the world economy, which was the Great Depression. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so you'll notice this with Art Deco a lot, especially in America. Lots of, yeah, just like making yeah, just like glorifying everything to for the advancement of the country. um and some of that continued into the war in the 40s, but I would say shortly after that, especially with the counterculture movement, a lot of that American exceptionalism died because people started to realize that we were being taken advantage of. So yeah. that is my little spiel on some of the cultural side of BioShock. But yep, more examples of the Art Deco style. So early neon. Um, you see this woman here. She has like the flapper style haircut, the bob. It's really short.
Yeah.
These fonts with the gold statues, lots of Art Deco inspiration with that. So we'll move on. So next, we'll talk a little bit about BioShock. It has some similar themes as well,
And
um,
Infinite.
in
Okay.
terms of the American exceptionalism and also some of the architectural styles, but it's a little bit different because of the context of the story. But we'll talk about it in a second. So we'll look at literally the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I was planning on talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, but you'll notice in BioShock Infinite, there's a lot of glorification of like being an American citizen, and it's kind of a parody of like early 20th century America. Infinite is based on like there's a lot of examples in the game of like institutionalized racism and stuff like that. So you'll have like NPCs in the game like um, not enslaving African Americans, but basically like you kind of remember. I don't know if you played that game,
I didn't play Infinite.
but
No, I only played one.
okay, yeah. But there's a lot of like when you're just walking around in the streets in the intro, like African American people are they're shown as like workers, and the white street like they things to them, and yeah, it's like it's like a parody, overly exaggerated, even though this was happening at the time. It's like a hyper exaggerated version of like what was going on during this period.
Yeah.
um so where the neoclassicism comes in, this is what I want to talk about next. So let's pull up some BioShock Infinite. BioShock Infinite.
Would you say the
Where are
first
we?
two games differ significantly in like art style from Infinite, or is it more the same?
Um, it's it's similar but a little bit earlier. I would say like it's more it involves a combination of neoclassic style and the Art Deco style. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the main city in BioShock Infinite. So we're looking here. We'll kind of compare golden statues, um, cubic style, especially with these buildings, kind of like the little apartment buildings and whatnot, like these things. But this game incorporates a little bit of neoclassicism, which is a style that was very, very popular in America during the creation of the country. So late 18th to early 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a lot of buildings like this. Literally any American government building you can imagine.
Yeah.
Um, just for,
Oh
like the
gosh.
White
Yeah.
House will go right away. Yeah, boom.
100%. Yeah. The
Yeah,
Capitol
and
building. I
so
saw some of those like
yeah,
dome tops.
yeah, yeah. Dome tops, columns. But you notice how it looks. This looks exactly the same as that old Greek stuff.
Yeah. The what is it called?
The
Yeah.
the
The
columns
Parthenon.
and the square, rectangular style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So neoclassicism was basically a rebirth.
Rebirth of
Um,
what?
the classical style. So
Okay.
like this old Greek stuff, it was a rebirth of that,
Yeah.
kind of a reimagining. So yeah, with BioShock Infinite, you get a little bit of that Art Deco just because it's set in 1912. It makes it feel more 1912y. But a lot of this game, the themes are uh, the whoever made this city, their big thing is that they idolize the founding fathers, so like Ben Franklin and all those guys. They kind of idealize them in a religious way. So like
Mm-hmm.
rather than having like a traditional like Christian like religion that is like normal for Americans during this period.
Yeah.
They sort of deify the founding fathers. Like there's like statues of George Washington, and there's monks that pray at them and all that stuff. So
Oh, that's
um,
interesting.
definitely like a super hyper romanticized like view of the founding fathers and the early American style. So that's some cultural context for why this game looks a little bit less like the underwater Bioshocks. Yeah, so like these columns and the spires look straight out of that neoclassical style, like all the American government buildings, but a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of it is still Art Deco, just because that keeps it into the time period.
Okay.
So, um, let's see, cut that, cut that, cut that. All right, and then let's look at this. Yeah. So here's another this a this is the University of Virginia. This was
Mm-hmm.
actually designed by Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, I can
Interestingly
see the
enough, he was a bit
similarities.
of he was an amateur architect um, during his years, which I think is kind of interesting. But
Okay.
there's a couple of pieces that he done. Like there's a building called Monticello. I think it was his house, but he designed that also. Yeah. But yeah. So columns, spires, golden triangle. Yeah.
The
And
triangle
then
roof, yeah.
another big one with BioShock Infinite is the steampunk stuff. So there's a lot of airships, a lot of steam powered whatever nonsense. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about steampunk the first two times. So yeah,
All right.
that would cover that. And then just one more.
It's
We're
very
gonna look
interesting.
at Dark Souls 3, which is oddly similar to what do you call it?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Yeah. So Dark Souls. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, this was my favorite picture I could
Lothric.
find.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah. So this is, yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but you can kind of see it. Yeah, so this is like just like Bloodborne, super exaggerated form of Gothic architecture. So let's look at this. Yeah. So you see sharp spires, lots of frilly little details all over the place. You can pull literally any building out of this and see the exact same stuff. Spires, 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 spires everywhere. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
details on the buildings. These little arches and whatnot. It's all there.
Yeah, very
Yep.
crowded, spiky
Yep.
stuff.
Crowded and spiky is a good way of describing it. We're also gonna look at uh, uh, Dark Souls 3 Irithyll. All right, so Irithyll is kind of a area. If I can get a fucking picture of it. God damn it. All right, hold on. Images. There we go. Okay. So this looks like exactly like Bloodborne. I thought was kind of hilarious because I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
notice that before.
Oh my
But
god, yeah, it does.
yeah, it looks straight out of
Oh my
Bloodborne
god.
because it's really dark and like kind of
Yeah.
gloomy looking. But once again, what do we see? Sharp spires, lots of details, little arches everywhere. I'm sure if we get a closer look, there's gargoyles all over the fucking place. These big, big stained glass windows and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, yep. Let's see. Let's look at another example of the real world here. So
Yeah.
this one looks
Pulled
very
straight out of
Irithyll-y.
Dark Souls. Look at that, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, the all the Gothic architects, bro, they just be copying Dark Souls. Yeah.
It's
So
it's the architecture from Dark Souls. It's like that
yeah,
that play
exactly.
it's that play on the it's the guy from Fortnite.
Yeah.
Me.
It's like the yo.
Oh no, your whole joke was very choppy. Say it again.
Oh no, damn. I said if it's a LeBron James skin, then it's is that the guy from Fortnite?
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of Spiry, detail, fun. Very loud,
Yeah.
very impressive looking. Last one. I like this one because of this window right here.
Oh.
Uh, compare it to your picture. The windows. Look at that. Boom, boom.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So,
Holy shit. It's like the
yeah.
same.
Ready? Boom, boom, boom,
Boom.
boom. Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, that's a common thing. Not all of these are windows. Sometimes they're just like concrete and they're
Mm-hmm.
just like all covered up. But
What
yeah,
building is that? That real building.
this is the Chartres Cathedral in France, I believe.
Okay. And this gothic art style, is it common throughout the whole game or is it like specific areas?
Super like it's super prevalent in Irithyll and Lothric, like the kingdom parts of Lothric. The rest of the game, um, like let's see, kind of look. Maybe I can point something out.
Do the
There's just 3
DLCs
areas.
look any different with art style?
We're about to find out. Okay. So Cemetery of Ash, that's the starting area. I'd say that's super gothic. Iron Shrine, super gothic. High Wall of Lothric, that's what we just talked about. Undead Settlement is kind of like a medieval village. So similar to what we talked about with the Skyrim stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of wooden houses with like really simple brick designs. If I could get a fucking picture, but this wiki does not want to help me. Okay. um, yeah, but Undead Settlement I won't go into much. It's like really basic, like wooden and brick houses. Um, Cathedral of the Deep. Ooh, we could actually look at that. That's an impressive one.
Is it now?
That looks exactly like another one. Cathedral of the Deep that I just thought of. Images. Show me a picture from. I think this is it. Is that it? Hold on.
He's
I think
cooking.
that's it.
Let him cook.
Yeah. Okay. This is the Cathedral of the Deep. Um. Yeah. More like yeah. This is like a less romantic kind of depiction of the Gothic style. This is a little bit more realistic in my opinion. Um. Dead giveaways for Gothic spires. These things here. You see what I'm mousing over?
Yeah.
That's called a flying buttress. um,
Interesting.
that's basically, I think it's a way of supporting the towers, I believe. I could be wrong.
That makes
But
sense.
there is like a functional version for it. But yeah, so it's a flying buttress. That's a huge Gothic architecture. Yeah.
Buttress.
This looks like a more real world version of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so Cathedral of the Deep. Uh, okay, what other areas do we have? Dun, 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 dun. Go back. Okay. Um, all the dungeony levels like catacombs and Irithyll, I would say they're pretty similar to the catacombs are. I think they're from the 19th century. Could be wrong.
What catacombs?
Uh,
It's like
yeah,
eight, eight.
1810.
Yeah, I was about to say 18th century. Well, I think that started with the Black Plague, right? Because they had nowhere
Actually,
to put
don't
the
know.
bodies, so they had to like store skulls underground.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, so it looks like yeah, it was okay, so it began in the 18th century and then it became open to the public in the late 19th century.
Oh my God, it's
So,
horrifying.
yeah. So, yeah, Paris catacombs, lots of skulls, bones. Most everything was made of stone or brick. Um, yeah. So, that's what I would say for that. Profaned capital, there's not much to look at. And Orlando is another part of Irithyll, so
Okay,
it's the same.
same
Lothric
thing.
Castle is in Lothric Kingdom. Consumed King's Garden. God, I don't remember. Oh, that's a tiny ass area. That's just like a forest.
It's the
Um,
forest.
Grand Archives, super gothic. Once again, it's an interior part of the Lothar Castle. Untended Graves is a literal copy of the Cemetery of Ash. Archdragon Peak, we can look at a little bit of that if the wiki has a picture, which it's probably not going to. Okay. Archdragon Peak. Damn it. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Okay. We can kind of look at this. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, I've been exposed. I don't use ad block. What are you talking about?
Oh man, the gamer fucking exposed you, dude.
Damn, dude. I've been exposed. But I can look at the picture though. Haha.
Ah,
Okay.
ah.
So okay, okay. This is a little bit different. This is not so gothic. This is a little bit more of a perfect one-to-one for this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is medieval architecture, I would say. So
Oh, dude,
Archdragon Peak, this
that's
is
what was reminding me of the Hagia Sophia. I know that
yeah,
from Assassin's Creed Revelations, dude.
yep, there you go. Yeah, so Hagia Sophia is one of the most famous religious pieces of architecture in the fucking planet. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's been a Christian church, it's been a mosque, it's like gone back and forth between Christian and Islam for like
Oh my
the last
god.
1,000 years or something. But I think now it has no affiliation. Let's see.
That's crazy. So you can
Uh,
like practice anything in there?
well, so like depending on who was in power, that's the
Uh-huh.
religion that was part of the church.
Yeah.
So when it was first built, it was part of the Eastern Roman Empire, which eventually turned into the Byzantine Empire, which
Byzantine.
was I
Byzantine.
think predominantly
Byzantine.
it's Byzantine.
I call it Byzantine in the game.
Byzantium. Byzantium. You're welcome.
Byzantium. The
But
Byzantine.
characteristic of medieval stuff. You can see this in some Roman stuff too, is these big domes.
Yeah.
Um, One weird thing that happened by the time the medieval period kind of came to a close or got a little bit like the later parts of the medieval era, they kind of forgot how to make them, so they just kind of stopped showing up. The domes just kind of disappeared from the idea of how to like architects just just like it became less prevalent.
hmm
Um, but yeah, so Archdragon Peak, Hagia Sophia, boom.
Very similar.
You got these four spiky boys with the dome. Boom, right there. This one has a double dome, which is
Oh yeah.
I think I've seen that before, but I can't remember like a specific building.
The
Um,
four spiky things are energy fields.
yeah.
It's the wall, the energy wall
Let's
that protects the place.
see. Name. It's the final boss. It's literally just a pile of ash, so there's nothing to look at there. Um,
Boo.
okay, if we look at the DLC's areas, I've never played the DLC in Dark Souls 3, so this is going
What?
to be an
That
adventure.
looks like
I
something
know.
you should experience. You've never done a
That's what
DLC?
no,
Eddie.
I know. It's a shame.
Oh,
Okay,
we didn't even
Raven
go over
Cave.
what you were playing. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, we talk about that at the end. Okay. Uh, an image. Boom. Oh, that's really tiny. Okay. Super low res. Sorry, but from what I can see, um, probably Gothic. There's a little bit of domage,
Yeah, I
so
see
maybe a little
sprinkled
medieval.
domage in there. Looks
Yeah,
interesting.
like a couple domes, lots of spires and sharp shit, which makes me think more Gothic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely
All right.
pretty cool. And then Let's see. Go back. One more. Church of Yorshka. I've actually seen videos with this.
Yorshka. Does that have something to do with some Russian?
Probably not. I'm sure like it sounds Russian, but I don't
Sounds
think the
Russian.
church's style is very Russian at all. Um, let's see. That's not what I want. That's just a picture of Irithyll.
Is that it?
No, because this is Irithyll. Weird. I don't know. Well, okay. Here's a Minecraft build of it. Yeah. So Gothic for sure. That big ornamental window,
Yeah.
spiky boys, buttresses. Yeah. We'll take the Minecraft's word for it. Let's see what else. What did you say?
I was laughing at the Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
Dude, speaking of Minecraft, they're
Build.
doing a collab with Crocs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you like
That's
Crocs themed
funny.
stuff for Minecraft. But then also in Minecraft you can wear Crocs. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, gross.
It's lit.
And
Oh god. Oh gosh, yeah, that was. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know what you're saying at all. Like your screen's like frozen for me. Oh, my internet. I love it. Your face is just freeze frame right now. Oh my god, it messed
I
everything
lost.
up. No.
Okay.
Well,
We'll just have to cut.
oh, if you just share your screen, it'll fix everything. Just share your screen real quick.
Oh, I lost you.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this up just in case anything else happens.
Okay.
'Cause-
Yeah. So that's more video game art. What have I been playing? I've been playing Elden Ring. I've been playing Dark Souls 1 and Red Dead 2,
oh,
and that's it.
Red Dead
Yeah.
2. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why Red Dead 2
Not like
now?
I don't think but yeah. It's weird to me that that game came out 5 years ago. That's a little weird, but yeah.
Dude, yeah,
So,
5 years ago. I
but
believe that.
yeah, that's been in my rotation.
It came out after we graduated.
Um
It's crazy.
yeah, like a few months, yeah.
Anything,
So,
any closing comments? Anything to wrap this podcast up before internet crashes
uh
everything?
not really. Check out art. Yeah, check
Yes,
out art.
please check out
Look at
art.
art. It's cool. Support local artists. Don't use the AI art things.
Fuck
Fuck those
AI.
things.
Fuck
Um,
AI art.
yeah. Use human art. Don't use AI art. What else? That's it. Oh yeah, I deleted my fitness page. So anybody, if you're listening, if you followed my fitness page, it is gone.
It's gone
Um,
purged.
I did it because I was focusing too much on the page. Yeah, I was focusing too much on the page and not enough on the training. So, yeah. Um, Other than that, I have a new project coming soon. I'm not ready to announce it yet, but I'm ready to announce the announcement. So yeah, I will be mentioning that probably next week. And then yeah, those are my closing comments. In terms of where you can find me right now, nowhere.
Don't look for him.
So you really not look for me. As I normally say, don't look for me anywhere else. You can't anymore. So
Can't. Don't ever. So that's it. Well, we'll see what he has to announce next week. I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. But you can find me anywhere that is pen and pant. I am trying. I am because of the slow internet bull crap. Like it's gonna take a while for me to upload. It took a while for me to upload our podcast of God of War. So who knows how long it takes to upload this. So I'm trying to get that fixed. If I can't get that fixed by like next week, I might have to like delay the podcast because honestly, Eddie, there are points where like you went like completely like robot and like skipped like 5 seconds, and it did not sound great. But
Damn.
we were already this far, and like I didn't want to. So, and I apologize. Audio wise, this is gonna be our worst episode. I'm just telling you right now.
The worst episode. Okay.
But we got through it, and just take care of yourselves out there. Go to the gym, just on the treadmill, anything. Just
Yep.
keep yourself
Get
active.
moving. It's good for your mind and your body.
Gotta stay alive for Fallout 5.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a reason to live.
that's a
Fallout
reason to
5.
live.
If you can't find a reason to live, then think about Fallout 5.
Fallout 5, Elder Scrolls 6, GTA 6.
Elder Scrolls 7 even. Hey,
Hey man,
one day.
I'm gonna be 40 when that comes out. Imagine. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.